Resistance to Reform: The Story of the Little Rock Nine. The never-ending battle. The Little Rock Nine struggle brought segregation in schools into the eyes and minds of many Americans. Their entry into Central High in 1957 was for the right of African American students to be treated as equals in learning spaces in Arkansas. They felt they had a responsibility to endure to get an equal education and open the door for future generations.
Separate but equal. The term separate but equal is famous for being wildly inaccurate. White students got new fresh books, nice buildings, and many teachers. Black students, on the other hand, were stuck with leftover, outdated books from white schools, buildings with leaking roofs and sagging floors, and too many crowded classrooms due to the lack of staff. In 1951, Oliver Brown's daughter, Linda, was not allowed to attend an all-white elementary school. Brown took action, soon leading to the Brown versus Board of Education.
Brown versus Board. It was May 1957. The school board adopted a plan for gradual integration of its schools. Despite the violent opposition, 9 students registered to be the first African Americans to attend Central High School. Nine students: Minnie Jean Brown, Elizabeth Eckford, Ernest Green, Thelma Mothershed, Melba Patillo, Gloria Ray, Terrence Roberts, Jefferson Thomas, and Carlotta Walls have been recruited by Daisy Gatson Bates, president of the Arkansas NAACP, or National Association of the Advancement of Colored People, and co-publisher of the Arkansas State Press, an influential African American newspaper. Orville Faubus. Governor Orville Faubus announced that he would call in the Arkansas National Guard to prevent the African American students' entry into Central High, claiming this action was for the students' own protection. In a televised address, Faubus insisted that violence and bloodshed might break out if the black students were to enter the school. Elizabeth Eckford. The Little Rock Nine arrived for the first day of school at Central High on September 4th, 1957. 8 arrived together, driven by Bates. Elizabeth Eckford's family, however, did not have a telephone, and Bates could not reach her to let her know of the carpool plans. Therefore, Eckford arrived alone. She was treated terribly by people throwing things at her, spitting on her, and even calling her names. When she finally got to the door to try and get in, they were blocked by guards sent by Faubus. Eisenhower. Dwight D. Eisenhower saw that this was wrong and had a private meeting with Faubus. He thought that after the meeting Faubus would comply and fix the situation, but instead he got rid of the guards and let the angry mobs and people do whatever they want and let the police handle it. Back then, the white cops did not care, so Eisenhower sent the American National Guard to let them into the school. The fight for education. After 3 failed attempts to get into the school, the 9 students finally made it through a whole day of school on September 25th, 1957. Graduation. Throughout these hardships, Ernest Green was still able to graduate and was the first black person to graduate from Central High School. Anne Burleson. Over 40 years later, we get more of an insight from the students' perspectives. Anne Burleson said, I was raised in a racist family, and the only reason I'm here today is to tell you how regretful I am for causing what should have been the best year of your life, the most miserable. I went along with it because I was afraid. I spent every day at Central in fear. I don't remember my homeroom teacher's name, but I do remember on the corner of 14th and Park Street, white men trying to turn over a 1954 Chevrolet with an elderly black man in it. I've been regretful for over 38 years. The third section of the 14th Amendment. We see that Faubus was illegally sending the Arkansas National Guard to stop the kids from entering the school, going against the third section of the 14th Amendment, which states, "No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress, or elector of president and vice president, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States, or under any state, who having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress, or as an officer of the United States, or as a member of any state legislature, or as an executive or judicial officer in any state, to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such a disability." This was illegal. This proves that he illegally sent the Arkansas National Guard because it says a key word, insurrection, a violent uprising against an authority or government. The government clearly stated it was illegal to have segregation in schools. Instead of segregating the schools, he said they could go, but sent the Arkansas National Guard to stop them and made the excuse they just couldn't get in the school. Right. This gave us the right to be treated equally in learning spaces, no matter what race we are. The amendment also says that all citizens are guaranteed equal protection. We can quickly lose this right, though, because as a nation we are to stand as one, but if we choose to bring others down, physically or mentally, we have to pay the price as well. Together as one. We must always keep in mind that we could lose our own protection if we jeopardize others' protection, so we must stand as one. Coretta Scott King once said, "The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members."